My name is Jaimes El Sibilla, BS Cream to the Street.
So, good day everyone, especially to my teachers, may Henald C. Sibug, sir. So, my teachers give one country and try to present and compare about police system. So, my country is West Germany. So, I will present to you is all about the police system in West Germany and other details about that. So, yung hindi pa nakakaalam ng flag ng West Germany, ito po siya. Oh. The flag of West Germany is represent the basic law, states, and the color of the federal flag shall be black, red, gold in 1949. This followed on from the flag of the First German Republic of 1919. The Nazis had abolished the latter and replaced it with the swastika. So, we gonna talk about the police in West Germany. So, what the name of police in West Germany? So, the name of police in West Germany is the Bundespolizei or Polizei. Another one important is the motto. The name of the motto in West Germany is Unity and Justice and Freedom. So, compare the Philippines. The motto of the Philippines or the PNP, Philippine National Police, is the Unity and Justice and Freedom in the Philippines, is to serve and protect, senior, and honor justice. So, compare the motto of West Germany and the Philippines is not the same. So, the next slides is we gonna talk about the overview in West Germany. So, ano nga ba yung mga overview ng West Germany? So, the first is the country. The country is West Germany. So, the second is the police agency. So, tinatawag itong Bipol or Polizei. Ito yung pangalan ng PNP nila sa West Germany. So, the Bipol or the Bundespolizei is the PNP of the national of West Germany. So, the next is department. So, the department of the West Germany is Federal Ministry of the Interior, Building and Community. So, the next is the ranks. So, the ranks is the highest is general. So, compare the Philippines. So, compare the Philippine National Police is the highest rank is the Police General, and compare the West Germany is the highest rank is tinawag itong President des Bundespolizei Presidiums, or tinawag itong general. Yun yung tinatawag nilang general. And the lowest rank is the probationary inspector. Yan yung lowest rank in West Germany. So, compared in the Philippines, so the lowest ranks in the Philippines is patrolman. Yun yung pinagkaiba nila. So, because is the different nation. So, and this is the different language. And the next is type of law enforcement is centralized. Bakit tinawag itong centralized? Kasi nga, kagaya, katulad ng Philippines, so centralized din yung Philippines. Why? Kasi, kasi nga, yung centralized is, iisa lang yung ginagalawan ng PNP. So, katulad nga yung sinabi ni Sir is yung Luzon, Visayas, at saka Mindanao. So, iisa yung ginagalawan ng PNP, National Police. Ganon din yung West Germany. Iisa lang din yung ginagalawan ng kanilang PNP. Kaya naging centralized. So, the next is the estimated strength. So, estimated strength is the 42,885. So, yan yung estimated strength niya. So, compared in the Philippines is the estimated strength is 210,000 estimated strength. Compared the West Germany is mababa yung estimated strength nila. The Philippines is the higher. Mas mataas yung estimated strength ng Philippines. So, the next slide is the organizational structure in West Germany. So, the organizational structure in Germany is first is the higher echelon. The second is the elevated echelon. The last is the medium echelon. Compared in the Philippines is the 5 organizational structure. One is the municipal. 2 is the district. 3 is the provincial. 4 is the regional. And the last is the national. So, in the West Germany is the higher organizational structure is the higher echelon. Yung nasa taas, yung kulay red, yan yung highest organizational structure in West Germany. So, and in the lowest organization is the medium echelon. Yan yung lowest organizational structure. Compared the Philippines, yung sinabi ko kanina is the 5 organizational structured. The lowest in the Philippines is the municipal, and the highest organizational structure in the Philippines is the national. So, compare the organizational structure in the West Germany. This is the 3 organizational structure. Mas maliit. So, yung medium echelon, ito yung unang magre-report tungkol sa mga nangyayari or the investigation of the police crime. So, ito yung mga medium echelon, ito yung mga lowest organizational structure. So, ito yung sa pinakababa is the senior constable. The next is chief constable, and the third is the police master, and the fourth is police senior master, and the fifth is the police chief master, and the last is the police chief master with the upgraded pay. Yan yung mga magre-report sa higher echelon. Hindi lang sila magre-report, kundi kasama nila yung elevated echelon. So, the elevated echelon is the police investigator, so the elevated echelon is the police inspector, and the next is the police senior inspector, and police chief inspector, and then first police chief inspector. Yan yung mga organizational structure nila sa West Germany. So, the higher organizational structure in West Germany is the higher echelon. Yan yung pinaka-highest na sila yung mga gagawa ng mga problem solving. Parang ganon. Sila yung susolusyon sa mga problema na nagaganap sa araw-araw sa ating bansa. So, the highest or the higher echelon in West Germany is the police counselor, and then police senior counselor, and then police director, and police chief director. Yan yung mga organizational structure in West Germany. So, this is a short organizational structure in West Germany. Compared the Philippines is how many organizational structure. So, another slide is the short history in West Germany. So, tatalakayin natin ngayon yung short history in West Germany. So, ano nga ba yung short history ng West Germany? So, ito po siya. Hintayin nyo lang, saglit lang. So, 1949, May 23, Federal Republic of Germany is established. The Federal Republic of Germany, popularly known as West Germany, is formally established as a separate and independent nation. This action marked the effective end to any discussion of uniting East and West Germany. So next is, in the period after World War II, Germany was divided into 4 occupation zones, with the British, French, Americans, and Soviets, each controlling one zone. The last is the Cold War. Cold War is animosities began to harden. It became increasingly evident that the division between the communists and non-communists controlled sections of Germany and Berlin. So, sasabihin ko na lang dito yung short history ng West Germany. So, the short history in West Germany. So, hindi nagkasundo ang dalawa, West and East Germany. Kaya nagkaroon ng World War II, divided into 4 occupation zones. So, makikita po natin dito yung naka-highlight na black. Ito yung the 4 occupation zones is the British, French, Americans, and Soviets. Yan yung divided into 4 occupation zones. So, nagkaroon sila ng World War II. So, the Cold War, ang lungsod ng Berlin sa Germany ay nahati sa kanluran na yumayakap sa demokrasya at silangan na komunista. So, 1990, pinagsanib ang silangan at kanlurang Germany noong buwan ng Oktobre. Nobyembre 1990, nilagdaan ang Charter of Paris for a New Europe na may 34 estado. Sila ang kumakatawan sa silangan at kanluran Europe. Ito na rin ang naging hudyat ng pagwawakas ng Cold War. Yan po yung sinabi ko kanina. Yan yung Cold War. Cold War. 1990 is with the pinagsanib ang silangan at kanlurang Germany noong buwan ng Oktobre. Noong Nobyembre 1990, nilagdaan ang Charter of Paris for a New Europe na may 34 estado. Sila ang kumakatawan sa silangan at kanlurang Europe. Ito na rin ang naging hudyat ng pagwawakas ng Cold War. So, another slide is the rank classification. Tinatawag dito sa Philippines is tinatawag itong rank classification. So, sa West Germany is junior ranks classification. So, Germany is there are 3 ranks classification. The first is the junior ranks classification, and the second is senior rank classification, and the last is command rank classification. So, tatalakayin natin yung una, yung junior ranks classification. So, this is the 3 ranks of classification. So, the rank is ranks of rank classification in West Germany is 1 is the Polizeimesterwarte or tinawag itong PMA. Hindi po ito Philippine Military Academy. Ito po yung tawag nila sa lowest rank. Ano nga ba yung lowest rank? So, may translation siya. Yung lowest rank in West Germany is the Provisionary Constable. Yun po yung lowest rank in West Germany. Ito, makikita po natin dito yung mga pagkakasunod ng rank ng West Germany. The second is GUK. And then GUK is the second lowest rank border support officer. So yung pangalawang lowest, and the third is the the third lowest rank classification in West Germany is the PM or the constable, and then fourth is the POM, is the senior police constable, and then fifth is PHM and the police sergeant, and then last is the PHMMZ, is the police staff sergeant. So yung rank is babasahin na lang natin yung key point niya dyan. Yung the second rank classification is sabihin na natin dito yung translation para mas lalo nating maintindihan yung ranks classification. So the second rank is senior ranks classification in West Germany. First is the probationary inspector, second is the junior inspector, third is the inspector, fourth is the chief inspector, fifth is the chief inspector 1, and then last is the senior chief inspector. siguro alam na natin yung mga yan. Next is the last rank classification is the command rank classification. So sasabihin na lang natin dito yung the translation para mas lalo nating maintindihan na mabuti. So the first is the rank of in West Germany is first is the probationary superintendent, second is the superintendent, third is chief superintendent, fourth is senior chief superintendent, fifth is the deputy director, and the last is the director headquarters division chief. And ito yung kadugtong niya, the command rank classification. So yung translation is kadugtong niya yung sinabi ko kanina, President of Federal Police Academy, and then President of Police Department Chief, and Vice President of Federal Police Central Office, and the last is the General President of the Federal Police Central Office. This is higher ranks in West Germany is General President of the Federal Police Central Office. When we call about the President des Bandes. So the next slide is the recruitment in West Germany. So the requirements in West Germany is the one is high school diploma or gymnasium. So second is the for basic training. It is important to complete 11 years of school. So we need to basic training in 11 years of school for the requirements of the recruitment in West Germany. So IQ is kailangan mo dito is we need to faster thinking to answering the all question in your form of PNP or the policy. In psychological is a good mind. Dapat kapag kinakausap ka nila, dapat sumagot ka ng maayos at huwag kang tatalikod. Dapat sumagot ka ng maayos. Is a good mind or behavior in other people or other situation. Yan po. And then grammar in West Germany language. So dapat siyempre dapat alam mo yung grammar ng siyempre alam na natin yan. Siyempre kapag required na yung mag-apply ng or applicant in PNP is siyempre kung hindi naman yung mag-a-apply ka, hindi mo bansa, di ba? Dapat dun ka sa bansa para grammar is better. So, physical test is, ito na yung i-check nila yung buong katawan mo, kung meron ka bang sakit or mga hadlang sa iyong buhay, kung meron kang ginagawa is, yan po yung isang hadlang sa mga pumapasok sa PNP or mga polasay sa West Germany. So, parehas lang din dito sa Pilipinas. Siyempre, i-check nila yung katawan mo kung okay ba yung kalagayan mo or condition mo pagdating sa training. So, the next is the medical check-ups. So, i-check nila yung buong katawan or kung meron ka bang sakit sa puso or sakit sa kung ano man pa yan is or sakit sa mata kasi sa PNP is kailangan maging maganda yung paningin mo kasi dadaan ka sa blind fall. Doon nila, ititest nila kung clear ba yung paningin mo sa isang bagay. So, next is security clearance is dapat, syempre of course, kailangan yan. Kasi nga, hindi ka makikilala ng iyong pag-a-applyan kung wala kang security clearance. Dapat meron yan para mas mabilis yung process. And then last is the interview. Police officer, teachers, administration, staff. So, pagdadaan mo yung interview or physical interview to police officer, teachers, and administration staff, yan po is pagdadaan mo lahat yan para sa iyong dream in your life. Another one slide is the other details. So, there are 3 ranks. First is operating services, military teens, means officer, constable, sergeant, 30 months training at police academies. So, we need to 30 months training to position of officer. And then, this is a requirements. First is 2.5 year training at police academies. So, dapat 2.5 year training, dapat makumpleto mo yung training yon para maganda yung image mo. And then, second is standardized states wide exam. So, dito is pagkatapos ng 2.5 year training at police academies is mag-exam ka. And then, third is objectives of training, public safety, misdemeanors, riot control. So, dito is dapat alam mo yung mga ginagawa mo. Dapat, kung sasabak ka sa criminal investigation, dapat alam mo yung public safety, objectives of training, dapat alam mo yung mga yon para mas madali mong malampasan yung mga ginagawa mo. So, next is the last is duration and organization of training program different by style. Ibig sabihin dito is kung mag-a-apply ka sa Philippine National Police or sa West Germany is dapat alamin mo rin yung department na apply mo para ready ka sa mga question or mga gustong tanungin tungkol sa kanilang organization or yung mga pinakamataas na police organization. So, next is elevated service. Beginner teens, lieutenant, captain, 3 years at University of Applied Science. Some a bachelor degree. So, dito naman is elevated service is a lieutenant, captain. So, we need to 3 years at University of Applied Science. Some a bachelor degree. This is a requirement to position of the elevated service or lieutenant, captain. So, this requirements is 1 is 3 years study at University of Applied Science. 3 years study. So, next is bachelor degree. Matapos mo yung bachelor degree mo. And then, last is specific features in some federal states. Dito, dapat tinitiyak mong wag kang mawala ng pag-asa kung ano yung mga pagsubok na dadanasin mo. Dapat mag-focus ka sa dream mo. The last rank is the senior level or hierarchies. Means major, commander, colonel. Bago ka may position sa junior level is dapat pagdadaanan mo muna to. First is the 2 years master programs. Only 2% of all police officers in Germany are senior level. Yan, pagdadaan mo yan. Dapat matapos mo yung 2 years master. Next is centralized 2 years. Dapat matapos mo yung 2 years curriculum. And third is first year at state universities. Yan, matapos mo yan dapat. So, fourth is the second year at the German Police University in Master. After basic training, you need to 30 months. 30 months training of all police officer are mostly uniform. Traffic riot sergeant. In most federal states, detective belong to the elevated level or BA level of education. There are a lot of debates in states to abolish the operational level entirely. So dito, there are 20 police education institution in Germany. From this institution, 15 provides basic training, dapat and then 13 advanced training and 13 management training. Bakit meron yung mga yan? Siyempre dapat merong mga position sa mga 20 police education, basic training, advanced training, management training. Kasi kung wala yung mag-guide dyan, is hindi nila alam kung ano yung ginagawa nila. So, the next slide is the best practice in West Germany. So, yung pinili ko is 2 pictures in best practices in West Germany. So, and the left side is the people's protest. So, ginagawa ng mga policy or police officer in West Germany is binabawalan nila. Kasi nga, ayaw nilang masaktan yung mga taong nagsisiksikan dahil sa pagpoprotesta ng mga tao. So, nakita naman dito sa right side natin, ito, yun yung taong nagprotesta sa at nagsiksikan sa maraming tao para sa mga gusto nilang So, another slide is uniform of policy. So, the uniform of policy in West Germany. Ito, the uniform of police officer in West Germany. Next, yan. Yan yung mga uniform in West Germany. The policy. Next slide is insignia of policy. So, the next slide is the rank and insignia. So, kung makikita po natin dito, the left sides is 1 star, the color is blue, is the lowest rank in West Germany. When we called about the Polizeimeister Anwärter, the translations is probationary inspector. This is the lowest rank in West Germany. And the right side is yung pinakamababa is ito yung higher ranks in West Germany. Ito yung general na tinatawag.
Hi everyone, I'm Shine Angelic Diego from VS Cream 2. The topic that was given to us is the policing system of East and West Germany. East Germany also had experienced an economic miracle of sorts, unlike the Soviet style states of Eastern Europe. East Germany had been part of an advanced capitalist economy before the war, which gave it a considerable advantage in reconstruction. East Germany became the principal supplier of advanced industrial equipment to the communist countries, though it became apparent after unification that it produced poor quality goods and caused environmental devastation. And now, proceed to the overview of police system in East Germany. Police agency is the Volkspolizei Department, Ministry of State Security. Motto, Shield and Sword of the Party. Type of law enforcement is centralized. Estimated strength 257,500. Short history about the police system. East Germany created a centralized police force under the Ministry of the Interior, the paramilitary Volkspolizei or German People's Police. The Volkspolizei was responsible for most law enforcement in East Germany, but because of its organization and structure, it was also considered as paramilitary force. This is the organizational structure in East Germany. Recruitment. At least 10 years of education, vocational training, education in East Germany, military service, history of political loyalty. Next is the firearms, weapon, and equipment. Firearms, STG-44 assault rifles, die pistol 08, die pistol Makarov, die pistol 1001. In weapon. In equipment, Wartburg Trabant 601. Uniform of Volkspolizei. The uniform was worn with a field cap, service cap, or steel helmet, high black boots, and a leather belt with a vertical web shoulder suspenders. Short details. The Volkspolizei or DVP, German for German People's Police, commonly known as the Volkspolizei or VOPO, was the national police force of the German Democratic Republic in East Germany 1945 to 1990. In 1948, the Soviet occupation authority began laying the groundwork for the establishment of East German police and military, recruiting over 50,000 volunteers for the police force, which was to be armed with armored cars and light artillery. In preparation for German reunification in East Germany, 5 federal states were founded. Every state created its own police forces. Every former Volkspolizei officer could apply for a job with the new police if he had not worked as an agent for the Stasi. Stasi, the secret police agency of German Democratic Republic or East Germany. The Stasi was one of the most hated and feared institution of the East German communist government.